Hola amigos.
Hello, once again. Here I am, bringing you, I guess, another video that took me long enough to make, but here we have it now. So,
Calm down. Calm down.
so I'm going to talk to you today about Asako. Though this was supposed to be a video about This Is England, you know, that unintelligible movie.
Hey, nice to meet you. That there's Milky, my main man. Pukey eating this fat idiot's gadget.
I don't know if you have seen it. I think it's kind of old by now, and you can understand most of the movie because of the accents.
I've made him want to stay.
So, and also I realized halfway that both Asako and This Is England have some things in common that I wanted to talk about. So I just chose to stay with Asako to keep, you know, this anime topic genre going on. So yes. So let's quit dilly-dallying around and start with this. So what do they have in common, you might ask?
Bullying.
Well, they are both slice of life with two young bands, you know, facing the world, dealing with bullying and the mishaps of growing up and looking up to adults as if they know what they are doing, you know. We start with this lady whose name, as you can already tell or pinpoint by the title, is Asako. She is a lady that comes to this inn for a vacation, or at least that's what imply, you know, at first. And the only thing we know so far is that she comes from Tokyo, and she also has this airy air surrounding her.
Whoa, 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 mysterious girl.
Next to her is Aoshima. He's this very, very young lad who lives in this rural area. And well, that's it. He's a kid, but he's, you know, coming of age. He's about to start to hit puberty pretty much.
The monster, Pubertus, has cursed me too! He's even cursed Scabbers!
But the story is not only about him, it's more about how Asako influences the lives of these children that live in the countryside, you know, in this rural area, and that wish they can become adults as soon as possible. And kind of like, I don't know if a warning or a trigger warning or something like that, and he is kind of like the weird thing that I think can throw some people off, and it's that obviously, and you can already tell, Aoshima falls in love with Asako in a way. There's clearly a big age gap between them, and she kind of teases him back in a way, like trying to make his heart flutter and all that stuff. But I don't think this is necessarily a Shota, I don't know, Nessan story. At least I don't consider her to be a pedophile so far. I hope. For me, it's more like she's just teasing him because she knows he's going through that stage, you know, of starting to like girls. So yeah, now relating to the child characters, I guess we can all relate to them in a way or another, and that's one of the things that I like. We have like everyone here, like in this pool, we have the girl who thinks she is like a grown-up already because she's a little older than the other kids. We have the insecure girl who is also dealing with puberty, all the changes and the insecurities that come with it, and also having like her first love and all that stuff. We already have Aoshima, that it's starting to become a young lad, you know, but it's still kind of oblivious to the outside world and has this naive child nature to him. We also have Aoshima's sister who dreams to become an idol and live in a big city like Tokyo, like to move to Tokyo, and feels this pressure of feeling left behind when her idols come from the same background as her, you know, living in the countryside where pretty much nothing happens. And I think it kind of relates a lot to what kids are going now. with TikTok and all that stuff. But yeah, and we have Asako. We also have like some bully kids, but we don't care about those. And we have the adults, but it plays with this idea of you as a child thinking at some point that adults have figured everything out, and turns out that they are just as lost as you were as a child. No! And when you grow up, you realize that too. And it becomes more and more complex when you decide to bring someone else to the world, because now it's the parents taking decisions, hoping for the best outcome for the children.
What would you want to be in future?
I would like to be a terrorist.
I guess the moral of the story so far is for adults to try to understand the kids, because at one point you were a kid yourself, and for kids to value the parents and understand adults in some ways, because they don't have all the answers in the world, and most of them are trying to do what they think it's the best for them. That's it. I know it's cheesy and corny as fuck, but what can you do? That's the moral of it. And there are things, for example, like one of the ones that I wanted to touch on was bullying, and it was how to deal with bullying, I guess. I don't know if this is going to be like a piece for that, but one of the things that I really like was, and it reminded me a lot to I don't know if you know this Spanish model, I think she's an actress too, Rosy de Palma. She has like this iconic nose, and I remember seeing her in a TV show recently, and she was saying that obviously people were, when she was younger, making fun of her because of her nose, and she said like, I was baffled by the fact of people laughing at something that you cannot control, you have no control over.
A mí no me molestaba mi nariz cuando me observaba, no me molestaba, entonces veía que a los demás les molestaba más que a mí. Ahora, ellos no veían más allá de mis narices, pero yo sí veía más allá de mis narices. Quiero decir, ha sido un escudo muy bueno para mí. Yo pensaba, digo, ¿cómo reacciona alguien así por algo que tú no has elegido? Como es el color de la piel, como es un apéndice, como es una morfología concreta.
Well, later you can do something about it if you want to through plastic surgery, but that you have to wait. Meanwhile, you have to, withstand, I guess, the bullying and all that stuff that comes from it.
God gives his toughest battles to his strongest soldiers.
I'm going to leave everything off it until here, because I think I'm just talking out of my ass at this point. So yes, that's it. Hope to see you in the next one, and bye.